For latest astrology videos, subscribe AstroEdify channel and press this bell icon to get notified when a new video goes live. Hello everybody, welcome to AstroEdify. Today we are going to discuss that what happens when Mercury is in the sign of Capricorn in anybody's horoscope. So let's start this video. If you want to book a consultation for yourself, you can go on this website. The link is given in the description. So today we are going to discuss about Mercury in Capricorn. So first of all, let's start that what Mercury represents, what does it control according to astrology. So Mercury is a very sensitive planet aside from the moon. So these are the two planets which are extremely sensitive in nature. They change the results based upon their placement and based upon the influence of other planets, zodiac signs and houses and nakshatras upon them. So in general, if we talk about, Mercury represents our intelligence, our memory, learning ability, brain and nervous system. Mercury is a planet which controls our speech, communication. It is the very important planet for our communication. So any type of medium of communication as well as the communication style, both of them are regulated by Mercury. Mercury is a planet of language, so because without language we cannot communicate. Apart from that, Mercury controls and accordingly, similarly it also is the planet for writing, because communication can be either in written form or through verbal form. Mercury also controls media, and it is a planet of numbers, analysis, calculation, logic, reasoning, practicality, sharpness, quick wit and ideas. Mercury is a planet of ideas, so it controls both the generation of ideas as well as the expression of ideas. Then Mercury is a planet of details. It controls a detail and keen observation, and it is a planet of deep thinking. It controls our thinking entirely. Then Mercury controls the commerce also, business, trade, sales, marketing, speculation, banking, finance. Not actually finance, but mainly accounts is controlled by Mercury itself. It is a planet of computers and IT as well. Mercury also supports in sports, and with respect to the body parts, apart from brain and nervous system, Mercury also is the controller of respiration, hands, skin, ear, nose and throat and genital organs. So this is what Mercury is. Now let's talk about what is Capricorn. See, Capricorn is the natural sign for the 10th house as per the Kalpurish Kundali. Then it is controlled by Saturn. So it is a sign which has the qualities or traits of both Saturn as well as the 10th house. It is a earth sign. So here Capricorn represents duty, commitment, discipline, organization, work, actions, because Saturn and 10th house both are the houses and planets of action. They both represent action. Action in Hindi it is called as karma. So it is it symbolizes karma. This means action orientedness and duty. Then it is the sign which represents status, reputation, dignity, government, any kind of work, administration, management, leadership skills. It also shows workaholicness. It is a sign of patience, because Saturn represents patience. Then it also shows law, specifically law implementation, not the law making entirely. Then it is a sign which represents materialism and pragmatism. These are the two important things which are which define Capricorn actually. Okay, which define Capricorn: pragmatism and materialism. So because it is the sign of the 10th house, and 10th house falls in the Artha Trikona, so that is why it symbolizes both of these things, materialism as well as practicality. So this is what Mercury and Capricorn, both of them represent, that we have understood so far. Now let's see that when Mercury is in the sign of Capricorn, what kind of results it can give. So first of all, what we can see here is that this is a friendly sign for Mercury, because see, Saturn and Mercury are first of all friends to each other. And logically also, if you will see, Mercury, which is a planet of intelligence, communication, numbers, memory and practicality, ideas, all these things, feels a very it is a planet of logic and feels very comfortable in a sign which actually controls materialism, practicality itself, and organization, duty, discipline. So Mercury feels very comfortable in this sign. This is a very friendly sign for Mercury, and it is a good position, considered a good position as per astrology as well. So if Mercury here has the support of Saturn, means if Saturn is well placed in the chart, then the qualities which we are going to see now, what kind of results it can give, their intensity is going to be enhanced. The positivity of Mercury is going to be enhanced. If it has the good placement of Saturn in the chart, it means that Mercury now is going to give more auspicious results, all kind of results that we can expect. Okay, so this is a good sign for Mercury in general. Now, what kind of results it can give? First of all, it makes one rational, practical, logical, analytical in approach. It enhances the intelligence. Mercury is intelligence, and intelligence is enhanced because of the sign because of the similarity in the qualities of the sign of Capricorn and Mercury in general. Apart from that, here most of the time the thinking will be materialistic in nature, because see, this is the natural sign for the 10th house, and I said the Capricorn zodiac sign and Mercury also, which is a very strong planet controlling the materialistic aspect of life, they both share the same traits. So here the materialistic thinking will be enhanced, and knowledge of the material world and or the knowledge of the material world functioning will be there. So if Saturn will be well placed, then it is a good situation which gives material progress in life. So you have to see the placement of Saturn and also the other combinations, other yogas, specifically the conditions of the 2nd and 11th house. So if they are well placed, this means that material progress in life will be there, and these kind of natural traits will be there in the person. Apart from that, if Saturn and Moon are well placed in the chart, then here Mercury provides good memory, intelligence, good education in life, good decision making power, or you can say it provides commitment, makes person quite action oriented. Person thinks that with the help of actions, with the help of karma, he will be able to achieve things in life. So action and career orientedness, workaholic nature, specifically Mars supports, then it will be there. That person is very dedicated in the work or any kind of task in life. It could be any area. It could not be only career, it could be anything. But since the Capricorn is the natural sign for career, that is why most of the time it is seen for the career sign. Next thing is, it gives person scientific temper, scientific approach. Okay, so factual in nature, person is quite logical and factual in nature because of the scientific temper which he has. Apart from that, it also provides leadership skills and as well as business acumen. But for this, you have to see all the other combinations and yogas in the chart. So depending on the other combinations, these kind of results we can expect with the placement of Mercury in Capricorn. Apart from this, if we see, Mercury here makes person understands. Actually, it will be it will give most of the time through a view of scientist or a businessman, but it makes person understands the basic principles, realities and ideologies upon which this material world is running or it is sustaining, and hence it makes person quite rigid in his belief of materialism as one reality or as only reality, which it is not, because it is one aspect of reality, it cannot be denied, but it is not the only one. Apart from that, also there is one more reality upon which this material reality depends. So that here, because of this kind of approach, what kind of approach? Understanding of these things through the view of a scientist or a businessman will be there. Okay, so thinking here will be driven by excessive practicality, skepticism and logic to the point of exhaustion. And person is not able to see that, okay, he has all kind of understanding and he will be very well versed with all sorts of aspects of material world, how it functions. And since I said it will be through a view of scientist or a businessman, this means that person is able to understand that there are various facets, various things which are driving this material world. Like what? Like money, commerce, economy, politics, governance, law, business, diplomacy, shrewdness, ruthless pragmatism, science, technology, communication, societal standards. These are the various things which are driving this material world. Without these, the material world will collapse. We cannot deny their existence. We cannot deny that with the help of these only the material world is sustaining. Or we can also say that with the help of these we think that the material world is sustaining. But actually, are these the only things because of which material world is sustaining or it depends on? Or is there something more upon which everything, not just this material world in which we live, entire universe depends? So that kind of thinking, that kind of what you can say view can only be seen if Saturn receives the full support of Moon, Mercury, Jupiter, Sun and Lagna Lord. If that is not there, if they are not going to give that kind of support to Saturn by making some kind of spiritual yogas, the person will not have that kind of view. So the view will be correct. I will not say it will be incorrect, but it will be limited. It will not be enhanced because it is limited to only one aspect, not able to see the other aspect. So this one aspect which the person has seen or which the person understands, that is correct, but there is one more aspect. So the deniability of that other aspect seems to happen quite a lot of time here, specifically if Mercury and Moon are sitting in such positions. Okay, so here that is why I said that thinking is driven by excessive practicality, skepticism and logic to the point of exhaustion. And everything the person thinks that if it is not coming into his own logic, if he is not able to understand, that does not exist. You cannot say like that, because there are many things which we know that they are there, or which we feel they are there, but we do not have logical explanations or valid scientific explanations, but still they are. So that kind of logic actually hinders our sometimes it hinders our growth as a growth in knowledge. Okay, so it gives but it also hinders. That kind of behavior can be seen here. Apart from this, if we talk about communication, because Mercury is communication style, so it provides logical, intellectual, factual, practical, opinionistic and argumentative style of communication. It will impart good speaking skills to the native, but also with prejudice due to rigid and constructed thinking. So constricted thinking and rigid nature can be seen here, or with the opinions. Okay, one could have, everybody has opinions, but here the opinions will be expressed quite a lot. So it's okay that you have to express your opinions and it should be there, but every time you are right, that cannot happen. So here the thing is that if the one specific trait which can be seen here is that if person thinks that that what he thinks or what he is able to decipher, that is only correct. Any other thing or any other person who does not follow his mentality, or he does not fall into his mentality or the thinking zone, he is incorrect. So it generates prejudice, and that prejudice hinders what? The increment of knowledge in life that will be there. So that is why for materialistic aspect this placement is excellent, but for spiritual aspect it is, I will not say it is definitely it is not excellent for a spiritual aspect, but it has the capability to give quite good results. Because the person, what I think is that the person who has the capability to see everything with detail and logic and scientific temper, if he has that kind of approach also without prejudice, he will also be able to see beyond the things which the people do not see. So that kind of ability Mercury provides here, but for that Moon, Lagna Lord, Sun, Jupiter must support Mercury. If it is and Saturn must support it, otherwise it won't happen. Next thing here is that if there are strong spiritual yogas in the chart, then person understands that everything cannot be explained by logic. That is what I was talking about, that everything cannot be understood with the help of logic and science. Most of the things can be understood, but not everything. So hence it makes the person driven towards philosophy, Vedanta and meditation, means dhyana, samadhi and yoga, specifically kriya yoga. So it gives the person a capability to give self-realization, but this will be rarest of the rare in nature. But it has the capability, that is why I am telling you. Okay. Next thing here is that if we talk about certain career fields, if Mercury is responsible for career in the chart, then it is good for various career fields like business and management. It could be any type of management depending on other placements. We see it. Then good for working in government, administration, politics, defense services, police services, merchant navy. We can see linguist with this, good for engineering, law, judiciary, teaching, psychology, medicine, surgery. Then real estate and construction sector, very favorable. Transportation industry is good for this. Media, journalism, telecom, IT, researchers and scientists can be seen with this. Consultants, any kind of consultants can be seen with this particular alignment. Good for being in music. So we can see musicians, singers, songwriters, dancers, good for dance. We can see hunters also with this, and is good for sports and philosophy. So these are various fields which are favorable for the placement of Mercury in this sign. Now these are the things, these are the results which we have seen for Mercury in Capricorn. Now let's talk about what happens when Mercury is in the sign of Capricorn, but it does not get the support of Saturn, means Saturn is badly placed in the chart, or Mercury is getting afflicted in the chart. Lagna Lord and Moon are not supporting it, they are also getting afflicted or badly placed. Then what happens? Then first of all, there will be negative intensity, and there will be negative results of course in the life, but their intensity depends upon how much damage to the Mercury Saturn has happened in the chart. So the more the damage is there, the more we can expect this. So the negative results which we can expect if Mercury is not well placed here and does not receive the Saturn support, it could be like poor logic will be there, prejudice, rigid belief, narrow mindedness and thinking, poor decision making ability, material downfall. Previously I talked about material progress, but if it is badly placed, then it can give material downfall as well. Poor communication style or poor communication skills, nervousness, delayed speech, or any kind of communication difficulties, any kind of separation or bad relations with siblings, friends and colleagues can be seen here. Any kind of harsh environment at the workplace. Then difficulty in education, either education is hindered or there will be no education, that can be seen in various difficult circumstances. Apart from that, if we talk about health, it can generate various health issues specifically related to respiration, neurological disorders, skin problems, autoimmune disorders, digestive problems can be seen here, gastrointestinal disorders can be seen, problems of ear, nose and throat, and bones, mainly arthritis, and BP also can be seen here. So these are the various results which can be seen if Mercury is not well placed in this position and it does not have the support of Saturn. So we have seen both the aspects, good as well as the bad one, that what kind of results can happen depending upon the placement of Mercury and Saturn in the chart in this zodiac sign. So I think that you would have understood everything by now, that what kind of results Mercury gives in the sign of Capricorn. So if you are new to my channel, subscribe below for more, check on my website and Facebook page. Otherwise we will meet in the next video. Till then, goodbye and thank you.